Good evening. This is Akashvani. I'm Abhineet Shukla with the World News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says India has emerged as a trusted partner in fast-progressing global order. India and Gulf Cooperation Council signs terms of reference for a free trade agreement. United Nations Chief Antonio Guterres praises India for its leadership for upcoming global summit on artificial intelligence. Russia, Ukraine and United States conclude second round of peace talks in Abu Dhabi, agree on major prisoner exchange but key political and security issues remain unresolved. And in Women's Premier League cricket, Delhi Capitals set a target of 204 runs for Royal Challengers Bengaluru in summit clash in Vadodara. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed confidence that India is fully geared to compete at the global stage and is marching towards becoming the third largest economy with confidence and decisive policy reforms. He said the government is going ahead with the vision of reform, perform and transform, and the country has boarded on the Reform Express. He was replying to discussion on motion of thanks to the President's address in the Rajya Sabha today. On the trade deals signed with several countries, including the European Union and the United States of America, Mr. Modi said the country has finalized trade deals with 9 countries and recently concluded the mother of all deals with the 27 countries of the European Union.
अनेक देशों के साथ आज भारत फ्यूचर रेडी ट्रेड डील्स कर रहा है। पिछले कुछ ही समय में दुनिया के महत्वपूर्ण 9 बड़े देशों के साथ हमारे ट्रेड डील हुए और उसमें मदर ऑफ ऑल डील एक साथ 27 देशों के साथ यूरोपियन यूनियन के साथ.
The Prime Minister said the country has built a robust manufacturing ecosystem and supporting its entrepreneurs. He said the world is looking with hope towards India as the country possesses a young talent pool. He said the world is rapidly progressing towards a new global order and India has emerged as a trusted partner for many countries. The Prime Minister stressed that big countries are eager to have trade relations with India. India and the Gulf Cooperation Council, that is GCC, have signed the terms of reference for a free trade agreement in New Delhi today. Presiding over the ceremony, Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal said, India's agreement for a free trade agreement with the 6 GCC countries will open another major trade corridor.
Sectors like food processing, which will help our farmers and fishermen in a very big way, giving them bigger opportunities for value-added products, which are already exported to the GCC nations in substantial measure with elimination of duties, tariffs and non-tariff barriers. We will also get a foothold to grow Indian infrastructure and the infrastructure in the GCC together with the high-quality companies that are working in the space of infrastructure. Our petrochemical industry will hugely benefit with this partnership.
Mr. Goyal noted that India will soon announce the first tranche of a trade deal agreed with the United States. He said that the India-US bilateral will be the 9th FTA. United Nations Chief Antonio Guterres has praised India for its leadership for the upcoming global summit on artificial intelligence, describing AI as one of the most critical issues shaping international relations. He emphasized that countries must come together to examine the full range of challenges and opportunities posed by the rapidly evolving technology.
I do believe that AI is today an absolutely crucial issue in international relations and one of the biggest challenges of our times. So it is very important that countries come together and discuss it also with the civil society in all kinds of circumstances. And I praise India for having assumed the leadership in relation to this summit.
Mr. Guterres will visit India to attend the India AI Impact Summit 2026, scheduled from February 16th to 20th in New Delhi. Announced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the France AI Action Summit, the event will be the first global AI summit hosted in the Global South. It will center on the themes of people, planet and progress, highlighting inclusive and sustainable approaches to AI governance. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be on a visit to Kuala Lumpur on the 7th and 8th of February upon invitation by Prime Minister of Malaysia, Anwar Ibrahim. Briefing media on the upcoming visit, Secretary East External Affairs Ministry P. Kumaran said this will be Prime Minister Modi's third visit to Malaysia.
Prime Minister is scheduled to visit Kuala Lumpur on 7th and 8th February. This would be PM's third visit to Malaysia. The forthcoming visit comes within 1.5 years of elevation of our bilateral ties to a comprehensive strategic partnership. PM will hold bilateral discussions with the Prime Minister of Malaysia. They will review progress under the India-Malaysia Comprehensive Strategic Partnership.
This is Akashvani. You're listening to World News. We bring you the top international news and updates from around the globe. Russia, Ukraine and the United States have concluded a second round of peace talks in Abu Dhabi, agreeing on a major prisoner exchange but leaving key political and security issues unresolved. The two-day negotiations were described as constructive by all the sides. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff said the delegations agreed to exchange 314 prisoners of war, the first such swap in 5 months. He said the talks were detailed and productive and showed that diplomacy was delivering results. Ukraine's chief negotiator Rustem Umerov said the discussions focused on practical steps, while Russia's envoy Kirill Dmitriev spoke of progress and positive movement. Russian state media later reported that 157 prisoners were exchanged by each side, with 3 Russian civilians also returned. The talks took place amid continued fighting. Ukraine accused Russia of launching airstrikes and drone attacks during the negotiation period, including strikes on energy infrastructure. Despite US pressure for a compromise, major differences remain. Russia is demanding that Ukraine withdraw its forces from the entire Donetsk region, a condition Kyiv has rejected. The Election Commission of Nepal has made public the final closed list of proportional representation, that is PR candidates contesting the March 5th election to the House of Representatives. We have a report from our Kathmandu correspondent.
Election Commission of Nepal has published the final list of candidates for proportional representation polls to be held on March 5. The list includes a total of 3,135 candidates with 57 election symbols from 63 different political parties. The published closed list includes 1,772 female and 1,363 male candidates. According to Article 84 and 86, the Constitution of Nepal mandates a minimum of 33% reservation for women in all federal and provincial legislative bodies. This provision is part of a broader commitment to proportional representation and social inclusion to ensure women's participation in state structures. Women hold at least 33% of seats in Nepal's federal parliament, a constitutional requirement aimed at gender inclusivity. Shweta Singh for Akashvani News, Kathmandu.
In the Women's Premier League WPL cricket, Delhi Capitals have set a target of 204 runs for Royal Challengers Bengaluru in the summit clash at the BCA Stadium in Kotambi, Vadodara. In reply, Royal Challengers Bengaluru were 115 for 1 in 11.3 overs when reports last came in. Put into bat, Delhi Capitals scored 203 runs for the loss of 4 wickets in the stipulated 20 overs. And India will lock horns with England in the summit clash of Under-19 ODI Cricket World Cup at Harare in Zimbabwe tomorrow. The match will begin at 1 p.m. Indian Standard Time. And now, before we close, here are the highlights of the bulletin. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says India has emerged as a trusted partner in fast-progressing global order. India and Gulf Cooperation Council signed terms of reference for a free trade agreement. United Nations Chief Antonio Guterres praises India for its leadership for upcoming global summit on artificial intelligence. Russia, Ukraine and United States conclude second round of peace talks in Abu Dhabi, agree on major prisoner exchange, but key political and security issues remain unresolved. And in Women's Premier League cricket, Delhi Capitals set a target of 204 runs for Royal Challengers Bengaluru in summit clash in Vadodara. That concludes tonight's World News Bulletin. For more updates, stay tuned to Akashvani. Good night.